Hello and welcome to the week. I hope you have started this week off very, very well and that you have had a wonderful weekend. So it is top tips of the week time. That means 3 tips from me and also time for you to share your top tips with us too. So what have we got in store this week? Well, top tip number 1 is to make sure that you keep a checklist, not necessarily a to-do list, but a checklist of something that you need to complete on a task. So for example, if you're going out to a property viewing, you might want to keep a checklist of everything that you need to look out for. Now that might be to check windows, ceiling heights, door frames, questions to ask the agents, just to make sure that you are prepared and that you don't overlook anything when you're on a viewing. So that can go for any task. So if you are doing some coaching, for example, you might want to keep a list of questions that you need to go over. So just to make sure that you are getting things done and you're not missing anything when you're doing these tasks. So then top tip number 2 is to make sure that you're keeping memories alive. This time of year often is quite nostalgic or a sad time of year for people. And this is often because we think about people that we've lost. So I would recommend, and I'm sure you all do this anyway, but to keep those memories of people alive, share photos, talk about the things that you've done together, and make sure that you are really kind of being in the spirit of Christmas and making sure that you are remembering people, things you've done throughout your entire life. Just make sure that you are keeping memories alive. And top tip number 3 this week is to make sure that you have planned for next year. So you might have done this already, or you may not have yet, but if you are thinking about what you want to achieve next year, now is a really good time to start thinking about those goals, getting those down, those ideas onto paper, so that you can plan next year going forwards. And that way you'll find that you are much more easily able to achieve your goals when you write them down. So what are your top tips this week? What are you doing going forwards? Will you be planning your 2019? So just to recap then, the 3 top tips of the week. So top tip number 1 is to keep a checklist of things that you need to go over with every task you do. So for example, if you are on a property viewing, you may need a list to make sure that you're asking the right questions and checking the right things in a building. Top tip number 2 is to make sure you are keeping memories alive of people, of things, of life. So just remember, and keep memories alive. And top tip number 3 is to plan next year. So get those ideas out of your head onto paper and set yourself some goals and some targets for next year, so that we can look back next year and see how much more than that you've achieved as well. So thank you very much for watching. I'd love to hear your top tips this week. Pop some comments in below and I will catch you very soon. Have a great day. Bye.